Hello everybody, welcome back to the Wheels on Wheels YouTube channel. It's been a while. I thought I would just give you an update really on what's happening with the van, what's happening with the channel, and of course the Spain trip, which unfortunately has been delayed for a couple of reasons. The main reason being the van is kind of falling apart in one or two different ways. Some of it is kind of my fault. I'll get onto that in just a moment and I'll show you what's actually happening with the van. So let's go and have a quick look. So the first thing I'll show you is something that happened whilst we were actually using the van like a van rather than a camper van. It was something that happened at Wickes whilst we were getting some supplies for a sort of mild renovation we were doing on the house. Let me show you. It's this. You may be wondering, what the hell is this? This should live up there. So cue the clips now of when and how this actually happened at the time. You'll enjoy this. Utter disaster. The van has fallen to pieces. So yeah, I am an idiot and that's what happened. This fell, it's completely broke. It wasn't much right here, look, that was connecting it, but it just completely sheared off. The wiring for the lighting has snapped. It's just an absolute disaster, to be honest. So that should live up there, but it no longer does. It now lives there. So that's just one of the things that's falling apart on this van, and that completely is my fault. I completely take full ownership of that. That's just me being absolutely stupid, thinking that that shelf could hold those really heavy 2x3s. Obviously it couldn't. Complete stupidity, to be honest. Right, on to the next thing that's wrong with this van. Let me show you. So I came to check the levels on the van the other day and found that the coolant was absolutely bone dry. There was no coolant left in the tank. There should be coolant in it now. I haven't checked in a little while. Let me just have a quick look. There's some, but there's not a lot. So where is the coolant going? Because it's not leaking externally. So if you remember in a previous video, the spark plug tubes were actually full of coolant. So I had to replace the leads, the coil pack, all of that, because it was just toast. And I thought it was caused by this coolant exchange pipe at the front splitting and spraying coolant everywhere. But now I'm starting to think that actually the freeze plugs are leaking, which is something that was mentioned by the commenters, by you guys in a previous video. So thank you very much guys for commenting that, because I would have never figured that out and I probably would have just cried. So let's have a quick check. I'm hoping that they're not leaking. I really, really hope they're not, but there's a good chance that they are, to be honest. So let's get these leads out and let's just have a quick look. Really, really, really hoping that these are not full of coolant. Okay, I can't get that out. I'm just gonna use this flathead screwdriver because I can't get it out for some reason. So what's going on? So it's glued on. There we go. Oh, we're good so far. Have a look in there. That is bone dry. You can just about see the freeze plug there. Looks rusty, but that's where the coolant was before. But there's no coolant in that side. So that is good so far. Let's check the other side. So with this engine, it seems like there's like two halves. It's like a divider here. So if I check this one or this one in theory, then we'll know if there is actually coolant getting into the spark plug tubes. And that is also pretty much bone dry. It looks slightly damp in there, but not an entire coolant reservoir's full. Remember what I said a minute ago about hoping that it wasn't the freeze plugs? Well, in hindsight, I think actually if it was the freeze plugs, that would be a lot better of an outcome, because the coolant isn't leaking externally, so it's something internal. And this doesn't have any fancy EGR cooling or anything like that, like a modern diesel engine or anything, because this is just a simple Zetec 1.8 litre petrol engine, probably designed in the early 90s. So where could the coolant possibly be going? And there's one thing in my head that's screaming at me, and it's head gasket. It's leaking into the combustion chambers, which doesn't really make sense because there's no smoke out the back or anything like that. But I can assure you, I can absolutely assure you that that coolant tank, when I came to it the other day, was completely empty. Maybe now you're starting to understand why I've had to postpone a trip to Spain, because losing that much coolant is not a good thing and not something you can trust to go all that way, especially with something like a van that's so hard to actually recover back to the UK. It'd be a bit of a nightmare. And there's a few other little issues that have been occurring on the van. One example is this tyre here goes flat. After a couple of weeks, it starts to really visibly look flat, as you can probably tell now. I've not topped it up in probably a week. and it's starting to look like that. Probably a bad bead or maybe even a crack in the wheel or something like that, who knows. So that's pretty minor, I can get that sorted. Another thing is there's a slight clunking that you can sort of feel and hear at low speeds, very low speeds, almost dry steering you have to do to get it to do it, but it clunks. It does make me worry because somebody mentioned in a comment at one point that steering rack bolts can snap on these, which I suppose if they're loose it could feel like that, but I don't think it's that. It's probably just a lower ball joint. Again, just some little bits and pieces that I need to do really to make it perfect. And of course, as you've seen, the bodywork is far from perfect. The bonnet needs relacquering, the rear has a big dent in it that needs repainting, etc, etc. And one other thing that's concerned me is the battery. For some reason I have checked and it is charging off the alternator, but it does tend to go quite flat. I don't think it charges very well off the alternator. If I charge it with my trickle charger, it turns over really fast, because at one point I did think it was the starter motor that was lazy, but if I just leave it to charge off the alternator, it just doesn't charge as well as if I put it on the trickle charger. Now that might be just a result of too many short trips, because I don't really take this van very far, but I've never really had that problem in any other car, so I'm thinking maybe the alternator is a bit weak, or maybe the battery is a bit weak and old. Not really sure, so I need to stick my battery tester on it. Tell you what, let's just do that now. Let's get my battery tester out. I can't believe I've not already done this, to be honest. I've got this fancy battery tester that I use on everything. It's really, really good. And I've gone on camera, complained about my van's battery, and I've not even done a test. So let's give it a go. Attach it like that. This is a really good bit of kit, by the way. I'll put a link down in the description for it. Press enter, battery in vehicle, battery test. A regular flooded battery, EN 480 amps, and let it run its test. And there you have it. It just says it's a good battery, but it needs recharging. And it shows you what it is actually performing as versus what it's actually rated to, the internal resistance on the battery. Very, very good bit of kit, very interesting, but that's good to know that it is a good battery, just needs charging. I've just realised there is actually another feature, which is the charging test. So we can test to see if the alternator is actually performing correctly. We just need to start the engine. So now it says increase RPM to 2500 RPM. Okay, it's a bit difficult to do on my own, so I'll just do it by pulling it here and hope that's about 2500. There we go, charging normal with no ripple, 14.4 volts. That's very, very good. So that issue with the battery going flat is clearly just my fault then for not driving it far enough. So why don't we resolve that now? Let's go for a drive. Not before we pump up this tyre, of course. I'm going to turn it off obviously because that's copyright, but something about a van or any car or anything of this age with a tape deck, it's just so simple, it's classic, it's just true motoring, and I really love it. I really enjoy driving this van. It is good fun. I really enjoy it when it works, obviously. Now there is another reason why I've had to postpone the Spain trip, and it's not just the van, it's life as well, which I'm sure you guys will get. Life gets in the way sometimes. I've got a lot of changes in life coming up at the moment, a lot of life events. So really, I've not really had much time to focus on the van, getting it ready. I've not had time to focus on planning a trip to Spain. It's just, yeah, life. I'm not going to go into too many details about it, but that is what it is. But I do fully intend to continue working on the van and get it back up to scratch. And what do you guys think about the shelf? Should I put that back? Should I just fix it, or should I try and make something new? I really don't know what to do with it at the moment. Obviously it's quite a setback. It was a really useful bit of storage that's just completely fallen off, and I don't really know how's best to fix it, so I'm thinking maybe just make something new entirely. I'm not really sure. And also, do we have any experts on the 1.8 litre Zetec E blacktop engine, or whatever this engine's called? Tell me in the comments where the hell my coolant is going. I would love to know, because there doesn't seem to be any external leak. I don't think it's leaking into the cabin through the heater matrix, and there's no real smoke out the back. So where is all my coolant going? I really would love to know that answer, so guys, let me know down in the comments below if you have ever experienced that with any of these engines. I would really, really appreciate that. And it is not the freeze plugs, unless there are other freeze plugs somewhere that I'm not aware of, but let me know. Well, that's going to be it for this video. It's a short one, I know, but this was just a catch up to let you know how things are going with the channel and how things are going with the van. So I really appreciate all of your love and support as always. I've got some big projects that I'm working on at the moment that I hope you guys are going to enjoy watching as much as I'm enjoying making them. So look out for those, stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.